Good afternoon, dear students. Okay, so in our last meeting, we have discussed various concepts related to the database management system as well as the traditional file processing system. What were the disadvantages which we faced? What were the demerits that were being faced while handling the traditional system of file? Those were the most important topics. Now, after that, we considered the concept of database management system, its architecture, followed by various operations that can be performed on a DBMS, along with the characteristics of the DBMS and the types of DBMS users. Okay, so we will begin our discussion again from the types of DBMS users. In order to in order to perform any operations in the database management system, we need to learn the different types of users who can access it, who can utilize the database for performing a specific set of operations. So in the category of the types of database management system users, there are four types. The first one is end user, the second one is database administrator, the third one is system analyst, and the final one is application programmer. Remember, students, this is one of the most important topic of our discussion, and most of the time questions are also being asked from this topic itself. So let us come again to the point, the types of DBMS user. Okay, so the first type of DBMS user is end user. End user are those users who uses the database for querying, modifying and generating reports according to their needs. They are simply not concerned with working and designing the database. That means what? They are the users who will simply utilize the database program, in order to query, modify and generate report. Means based on the utilization of the database, they will simply uh, write their queries, modify the queries and then generate reports. However, they are not concerned with any of the working and designing the database. Means they don't have the task of uh, designing the database apart from these three operations. Okay, so end users are simply nothing. In simplest form, end users are the users of the database. They doesn't have any role, doesn't have any uh, lead role in the designing of the database. Now the second type of database user is database administrator. So what actually is a database administrator? Database administrator is also known as DBA. A DBA is responsible for authoring access, monitoring the use of database and the DBMS, providing technical support, acquiring software and hardware resources. In short, he administers the database. That means what? In case of database administrator, they are a kind of programmer only. They are a kind of programmer. They are the on means they deals with everything, right from providing access to the database, monitoring the use of database, how people are utilizing that particular database and the DBMS, and if any issues, if any errors occurs due to certain problems in the database, these all things are being handled by the database administrator, and also providing technical support and hardware and software resources. That means what? Database administrator are a group of users who deals with all the operations which is generally being provided in the database for the users in the database. So he or she simply administers the database. Fine. So this is database administrator. And the third one is application programmer. So what is an application programmer? These are simply the users. They are simply the users who write application programs, to interact with the database. That means what? They will simply write application programs by means of which the other users will be able to interact with the database. Generally here, the application programmer language create those application programs by means of high level language such as PL, SQL, or programming language in SQL. So application programmers has the lead role of writing the application programs in order for the users to interact with the database. Now the fourth category of user is system analyst. System analyst. So who all are system analysts? Let's see. System analyst simply determines the requirement of end user. They are those users who are concentrated on finding out the requirement, whatever is being required by the end users to work on a DBMS software. So they determines the requirement of the end users based on which specifications are being built by the application programmer. So they have this system analyst have a lead role in the design of the database and all technical, economic and feasibility aspects. Means what? System analyst administers the requirement of the end user. They will find out what is being required by the end users based on which the specification about the DBMS is being built, and they are also a leader, or they are leader in the role of database design and all technical, economic and feasibility aspects. Whatever the technical specification that is required, whatever the uh, economic activities which is being needed, or whatever the financial support that is being needed, they will deal with all those aspects. Fine. So these are the four categories of DBMS user. This is also a very important question, remember, from the examination point of view. Now, apart from these users, so we have discussed what is DBMS, uh, disadvantages of traditional file processing system, types of DBMS users, then characteristics of DBMS. Now let us come to what are the advantages that is generally that we gains after using the DBMS. So here also I have discussed all the advantages or merits of a DBMS approach by means of points. The first one is reduction in redundancy. As we have heard, as we have learned in the case of traditional file processing system, where due to redundancy issues, wastage of space happens. Now in case of if we go ahead and utilize DBMS for storing our data, then what happens? There will be a central repository of data, okay, central storage of data, and all the data will be stored in that particular central repository at one place, and the same data will not be repeated in different files, as a result of which the cost of storing the data on hard disk drive and other memory device is also reduced. So in this way it may reduce the redundancy problem which was being faced in the traditional file processing system. So as we have already heard that in case of traditional file processing system, data has to be stored in the form of files, and different application programs are being needed by means of which we need to access those files, as a result of which lot of space is being wasted. Lot of space is being wasted. However, whenever we go ahead and use the DBMS approach, then this all disadvantages will be eliminated. The second point of using DBMS approach is improved consistency. Now this is also one of the problems. Consistency problems were there when we used to handle the data by means of traditional file processing system. Means same files has to be stored in different location, different places, as a result of which consistency problem used to be there, since different copy of the same file will be kept here and there. Now in case of database management system approach, as soon as the data is being stored in a DBMS, this problem get reduced, because only since there is a single repository in case of DBMS software, there is a single repository where all the information can be stored, as a result of which in a single file in a single copy of data, we can store every information, and that can be accessed or updated by all the users simultaneously. Okay, due to access and updation of the single copy of data simultaneously by different users from a repository, it may lead to improvement in the consistency problem which was generally there in case of traditional file processing system. Now the third point is improved availability. What happens here? The sharing of information by various users of the database due to DBMS, due to a central repository of data, the sharing of information by various users of the database becomes possible. And at the same time, the same data will be available, data or information will be available to different users at a particular instant. Fine. Then the fourth point is improved security. DBA can provide security to the databases by use of passwords and controlling users database access right. Means, as we have learned, a type of user, that is database administrator. Now the role of database administrator is to administer the whole database itself. So what he or she will do, a DBA can provide security to the database. He will provide authoring access to the database, and by means of user ID and passwords, and by controlling the user access right, which may lead to restricted access of confidential data which might have been shared, which might have been stored in the database. So due to the usage of DBMS approach, a DB and the DB database administrator, it becomes highly secure. Our data becomes highly secure as he can restrict the usage of the same data or information by different users by means of user ID and password, and in the process even our confidential information will also be safe. Okay, so this one is the fourth. Then fifth one is user friendliness. Now here what happens, whenever in case of database management system, since there is a central repository of the database, so central repository of the data, so the dependency of users on computer specialist also get reduced, because each and every information is being stored in a single location, as a result of which dependency of the different users on computer specialist to perform various operations such as access, modify and delete data will be reduced gradually, Fine. So these are the various advantages of DBMS approach. So 5 point we have discussed: redundancy, reduction in redundancy. Second one is improved consistency, improved availability. The fourth one is improved security, and the fifth one is user friendliness. Reduction in redundancy, improved consistency, improved availability, improved security, and user friendliness. This is also a very important point while discussing the database management system. So note these things in your notebook. Now, apart from the advantages which we have learned till now, there are also certain limitations of using the DBMS approach. What are those? Let's see. See, in order to maintain a database management system and implement it, it requires huge amount of huge price, and also a tedious process, because here it involves analyzing the user requirements, designing database specifications, writing application programs, and to provide training to the end users. So overall, it becomes highly difficult to maintain a good database management system, because it will incur huge financial it will incur huge money, as well as the process of maintaining the DBMS is also a tedious one, because it involves analyzing the user requirement, then designing the database specifications, writing application programs, and also providing training to the user. Because of these 4 points, it is very tedious, it is very time taking, and the cost of implementing the DBMS system is very high. Okay, then apart from this, the second point is security and recovery overheads. Now what happens? Unauthorized access to the database. Suppose we have stored each and every confidential information, each and every information about our organization in a particular database. Now sometimes it happens like there might be unauthorized access to the database, which will lead to security threat to the individual or organization. Suppose I have an organization, I have stored information, several confidential information in it, and due to due to unauthorized access, our data our data may be accessed by someone who is not intended for the same. So in such situation, our in such situation, we will be vulnerable, right? We will be vulnerable, and even the data must be regularly backed up to prevent its loss due to fire, earthquakes, etc. Apart from okay, so apart from the security threats which we might face because of unauthorized access of our database, there might also be the problems of backing up of data, because due to certain natural calamities such as fire, earthquakes, our data might get corrupted in the database. So in order to keep it safe, we need to back up our data from the database regularly, or else we will be facing problems.